If you add all that type of stuff up, and you'll see how the industry been built on the secret rooms. The people who don't participate in the secret room is the people who later on get burnt.
Is there more to the music industry's backstage drama than meets the eye? Revelations by R. Kelly and Suge Knight shed light on shocking audio tapes implicating Diddy. Let's have a look behind bars where secrets unravel and alliances crumble in this explosive expose. Audio recordings featuring R. Kelly and Suge Knight, both currently in prison, have just come out, and they are talking about Sean Diddy Combs' legal problems. It all went down on Knight's Collect Call podcast. Suge Knight didn't hold back. He warned Diddy about the dangers he might face in prison, saying things like, "Brother love is not a good nickname for prison." Imagine getting advice like that from someone who's been there. Suge even showed some sympathy for Diddy's kids who got caught up in the recent federal raids. Can you believe it? Then there's R. Kelly, adding his 2 cents. He expressed doubts about the sex trafficking allegations against Diddy and even suggested that other hip-hop figures might be next in line for such scrutiny. It's like he's saying, watch out folks, this could happen to anyone in our circle. Both of them painted a grim picture not just for Diddy but for hip-hop culture and the Black community as a whole. It's heavy stuff, making you think about how these legal battles impact more than just the individuals involved. Suge Knight, who's currently serving time for manslaughter, is sending out some pretty intense warnings to Sean Diddy Combs. During one of his Collect Call podcast episodes, Suge got straight to the point. He advised Diddy to ditch his brother love nickname while behind bars. Suge wasn't just throwing out casual advice. He genuinely seemed worried about Diddy's safety, suggesting that his life could be in danger in prison. He knows the environment all too well and was trying to give Diddy a heads up. Suge even talked about how rough it must be for Diddy's kids. They were reportedly detained during recent federal raids on Diddy's properties, which must have been incredibly stressful for the family. Now, adding to this already heavy conversation, R. Kelly, who's also behind bars, chimed in. He expressed doubts about the sex trafficking allegations against Diddy, suggesting that these kinds of legal troubles could target others in the hip-hop community. Kelly seemed to be warning everyone to stay on their toes, as if saying this could happen to any of us. The whole exchange paints a pretty grim picture, not just for Diddy, but for hip-hop culture and the Black community as a whole. Suge and Kelly both highlighted how these legal battles are more than just personal issues, they impact the entire culture. It's like they're saying, look at what's happening to us, this affects all of us. Hearing this kind of conversation between 2 high-profile inmates really makes you think about the broader implications. It's not just about Diddy facing potential prison time, it's about the message it sends to the community. Suge's and Kelly's comments bring to light the harsh realities of the legal system and its impact on public figures, especially within the Black community. So, what do you think? Can Diddy navigate this storm, or is the advice from Suge and Kelly a sign of tougher times ahead? It's definitely a lot to take in, and it leaves us all wondering how these high-profile legal battles will continue to shape the landscape of hip-hop and beyond. Kelly, who's also behind bars for serious charges like racketeering and sex trafficking, shared his thoughts on the sex trafficking allegations against Diddy. He didn't hold back, expressing doubt about the accusations. Why do you think he's so skeptical? Kelly seems to believe that there's a bigger picture here, hinting that other industry figures could be next. He thinks there's a broader pattern of legal scrutiny targeting people in hip-hop. Suge Knight also weighed in, and his take was just as intense. He sees Diddy's situation as a huge deal for hip-hop culture and the Black community. Knight pointed out how cases like these can shape how the public views Black men, especially those in the spotlight. Both Kelly and Knight are painting a picture of a troubling trend. It's like they're warning everyone in the industry to be on guard. This conversation isn't just about Diddy, Kelly, or Knight. It's about the bigger implications for the entire hip-hop community and beyond. It's a reminder of how interconnected these issues are with culture, perception, and justice. As we continue to follow this story, it's clear that it's sparking some serious conversations. Whether you agree with Kelly and Knight or not, their comments are a call to look deeper into how these legal battles affect everyone involved. So, what are your thoughts on all this? Kelly thinks this might be part of a bigger pattern of legal scrutiny in the music industry. He warned that other big names in hip-hop might be targeted next. Do you think he's seeing something that others might be missing? Then there's Suge Knight. He really highlighted how this affects more than just Diddy. Knight said that in cases like this, one can really damage how the public sees black men, especially when they are in the spotlight. That's a pretty heavy statement, right? It makes you wonder how much these high-profile cases share public perception. Both Kelly and Knight are framing Diddy's situation as a major event for hip-hop culture and the black community. It's a lot to consider, isn't it? As we keep an eye on this story, it's clear it's sparking some serious conversations. Whether you agree with Kelly and Knight or not, their views are making us look deeper into these issues. It's a reminder that what happens to high-profile figures can have a big impact on everyone. So what's your take on all this? There's definitely more to come in this ongoing discussion, and it's bound to keep everyone talking. R. Kelly, who's facing serious charges himself, shared his thoughts on Diddy's situation. He's pretty skeptical about the sex trafficking allegations. Kelly thinks this might be part of a bigger trend where legal battles are becoming more common in the hip-hop community. Do you think he's right to be suspicious, or is he just trying to shift the focus? Then there's Suge Knight. He's not just talking about Diddy's case, he's pointing out a bigger issue. Knight emphasized how these high-profile cases can negatively impact the public perception of black men. That's a powerful statement, don't you think? It really makes you think about how much these legal battles affect the image of black men in the spotlight. Both Kelly and Knight are framing this as a significant and troubling event for hip-hop culture and black community. They're highlighting how these situations can shape the narrative around black men and the hip-hop industry as a whole. It's not just about one person. It's about the whole community. This situation with Diddy isn't just causing a stir, it's making people in the industry reflect on broader implications. There's a sense that these legal battles are casting a shadow over the whole hip-hop scene. The concerns are real and deep, affecting how artists navigate their careers and how they're perceived by the public. What's interesting is how these comments from Kelly and Knight are sparking serious conversations. It's not just about defending or condemning Diddy. It's about looking at the bigger picture. These issues are intertwined with culture, justice, and public perception. It's a lot to unpack, isn't it? As this story unfolds, it's clear that there's more to come. The discussions it's provoking are important for understanding the dynamics of the hip-hop community and its representation. Whether you agree with Kelly and Knight or not, their voices are bringing attention to some crucial issues. So where do you think this is all headed? This is definitely a story that's going to keep evolving, and it's bound to keep everyone talking. Game said that Diddy was eyeing him for a record deal back in the day, but guess what? The Game ended up signing with Dr. Dre instead. And here's what's interesting. The Game claims he's never even had a contract with Diddy. He says Puff Daddy was totally cool with him going with Dre. Isn't that wild? It just goes to show how things can unfold differently behind the scenes in the music biz. What do you think about the Game's revelation? And that's all about it. If you like this video, please give a thumbs up, and if you like more updates, subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell icon so you don't miss any videos and get notifications on time. Don't hesitate to give suggestions for our videos. See you in the next one.